first thing you're going to do is going to take your lacrosse ball. You're going to put it in your foot, and you're going to lean into it. Basically rolling very slowly until you find some painful areas, which I'm sure you'll find plenty of. And once you find that painful area, you're going to breathe and sink into it until that pain goes away. You're going to do this to both feet. And it should take about 2 to 5 minutes each. But take your time with it. Go ahead and pause the video now and start with the next step. Next is the orb. This thing's awesome. Buy it. And put that under your calf. Put the other one on top and just sink into the pain. Deep breaths. You go up, here, down here, inside, outside, etc. Go ahead and do that. Pause the video. Next, grab your lacrosse ball and you're going to take it in between the knee. So you can do on the inside, sorry, this is the outside. The outside or the inside, but not in the middle, okay? So put on the outside. You should be hitting one of the bellies of the calves. Right now it's hitting the outside. And then what I like to do is just, once got a good position, see where the pain increases, where you torque. So on the outside, I got some good increased pain, but on the inside, holy shit. Basically both bellies of the calf. So you have one here and one here. You're going to do the inside and the outside, and then on the other side as well. Just put it right in between, squeeze it down with your arms, and then torque it into the pain. Try not to push the ball too much into the back of the knee, because it's an artery. Go ahead and pause. Next, go ahead and lay on your back. Just do a regular hamstring stretch. You can grab above the knee or below the knee, doesn't matter. Head, the knot to the back of your head goes away from your torso. So stretch out your back. You're going to drop the other leg. Try and point this heel up, that heel away. Well, sort of. And then, if your leg shakes, it's a good thing. Go ahead and pause. I call this proper sitting hip stretch. So if I were sitting on at a table, so like this, basically, you're going to pull behind the hamstring or the shin. Again, sitting with your neck straight, and then pull down. Just breathe into that hip. I like to give my lower back a little wiggle too. Let that stretch out some as well. Both sides, 30 seconds. Go ahead and pause here after you do the other side. Simple standing quad stretch. You're going to grab your foot, hold on to something, pick up your chest, squeeze your butt, and push this hip forward. If you can, push some energy through the opposite foot into the ground. Should all be lighting up right here. Do both sides, 60 seconds. Go ahead and pause. Now's a good time to do a child stretch. Put your arms out in front of you. You're just going to sit on your heels. Go ahead and hold that for 30 seconds to a minute. Go ahead and pause. Now I want you to lay on your back and stretch out your hamstrings for another 90 seconds. Each side, or the two legs going in opposite directions, and heels pushing in both directions. Make sure your neck is straight along the floor. After the hamstring stretch, you're going to do a lower back stretch. It's going to go back and forth about 8 to 10 times each. Legs don't have to be straight. That's nice. Go ahead and pause. After you're done with that, you can do another child's pose if your back is still feeling a little tight. Otherwise, I want you to go into a 2-minute squat, holding on to something. So I'm grabbing onto this pole, going into a squat. I'm just going to hold. Make sure my toes can wiggle. Make sure my back is nice and upright. And if you can, just try and breathe your hips into the bar. Remember, toes stay straight, knees come out. If you want to sink into it a little bit, that's okay, but then pull it back up. Basically just working into the hips, 2 minutes. Go ahead and pause. Go ahead and lay on your back, pour your knees to your chest, let the tailbone drop, and then we're going to go back into those stretches. Except this time, I want you to stretch your leg and look in the opposite direction. You can even hold for a second. Opposite direction. Okay, it's all good. 8 to 10 on each side. And then go ahead and pause for the next video. This one's just like we were doing before. Knees into your chest. Just relax into that a bit for about 15 seconds. Then I want you to elongate your neck. So what I like to do is actually just like to push on the floor a little bit. Do elongation of the neck. Push your back into the floor. Same grab. Make sure your tailbone's dropped. Just let your hips open with the pull. And hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can pause. This cat stretch. In a four-legged position, raise your head up, arch the back, tailbone goes up, breathe in, and then arch the back the other way. Tailbone goes down, head goes down, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I also like to give a nice external rotation to the floor, so it kind of opens up my shoulders as I'm going up and down the neck. You can do 8 to 10 both ways. Go ahead and pause. We're going to do a chest and back stretch. So we're going to cross our hands. We're going to draw the eyes of the shoulder into each other. Stretching out the back. You can hunch over. Hold that for a second. Then you're going to grab behind, hold down, pull the shoulder blades together. And if you can, clasp the hands. Go ahead and breathe into the chest here. Switch. Switch. Back and forth 4 or 5 times. Go ahead and pause. This is downward dog, but I like it a little bit more. So you put your hands into the wall, a little above your shoulders, and then sit your butt back. You can just open up. Remember to try and get that external range of motion. Just keeping your hands still, but giving that torque into the wall. You can pause here, but right after that, I want you to also torque into the hips and the other way. So you push the hip one way and the other. You should feel all down here, even in here, maybe down the leg as well. Go ahead and pause. You can do downward dog on the wall for about 45 seconds, and then go ahead and stretch into each side about 20 seconds each. For the next stretch, it's going to be upward dog. Feet are flat, or you put the toes up, either one. But you're basically just arching the back, get the external range of motion into the ground with your hands. Squeeze your butt, arch. If you want to, you can keep your head neutral. If you have neck issues, that's fine. Otherwise, arch with your back, squeeze. And then if you want to mix it up with child's pose, lower back stretch out, come back into it. Let's combine the two for 5 stretches each way. Go ahead and pause. Next is light neck stretching. I don't like to stretch the neck terribly all that much. I'd rather you go see a massage therapist or chiropractor. But just tilting the head and then breathing and just allowing this to just kind of like release. So do the other side. You do down. So let's focus 20-25 seconds both sides, and then 5 to 10 seconds down. 15 if you really need it. Go ahead and pause. Next is going to be a simple toe touch test. So get my toes in here. Good. Straight legs. See if you can touch your toes. See if you can bend your arms. And then after you do that, I want you to sit in the squat for another 2 minutes, again, holding onto a post. If you don't need to, awesome. Go ahead and pause. Last stretch is going to be a thoracic bridge. This is a bit more complicated. So you're going to start in a neutral spine position. You're going to lift up on your toes. You're going to take your outside foot, bring it inside. So, and then you're going to extend your hips by squeezing your glutes. This arm stays down here. It doesn't come up here. This isn't a yoga stretch. So this is just like stretching out that thoracic spine in like a twisting motion. Go ahead, breathe. Come back to neutral. And then other side. I'm doing about 4 breaths. Each time I'm breathing in, I'm contracting a bit more. And then exhale, relaxing a bit. Inhale. Remember to contract the glutes. That felt good. All right, other side. Contract glutes. Come down, child's pose, roll it up. And that's the end. You feel pretty good. I do. Thanks for watching this.